Alright everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to play the song Frère Jacques, a very famous song, and it's a great piece for beginners. In the left hand we're really just using a C chord, so if you've just started learning chords, you're just starting to learn how to play chords, this is a great song because you get to use a chord while also playing something in your right hand at the same time, which can be quite a challenge to use our right and left hand at the same time, especially when we're just starting out. So I think this is such a great beginner song. If you haven't done so already, be sure to look in the description. There is a Dropbox link to download this piece. It is completely free, so be sure to download it. That way you can follow along with the sight reading, because this is also a great piece to work on sight reading. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing, I'll just play it through just so you can hear how it goes, and then we'll get into the details. I'll talk about the left hand part, I'll talk about the right hand part, and we'll go over everything. So here's how it goes. Alright, so that is the whole song. It is just 8 measures long. So let's talk about both parts here. So what's happening is in the left hand, we'll start with that, we're playing a C chord. So a C chord is the notes C, E, and G. So our left hand is going to be like this, pinky on C, which is our 5th finger, ring finger on D, middle finger on E, index finger on F, thumb on G. Right hand exactly the same, but at middle C. So thumb on middle C, index finger on D, middle finger on E, ring finger on F, pinky on G. Now this hand position will be our hand position throughout the piece, so we don't really need to move our hands once we get set here. So like I said before, our left hand is playing C chord. That's going to be our pinky on C, middle finger on E, thumb on G. And we're going to play that for the first 6 measures. So that's all that's happening in its whole notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And if you take a look at our right hand is doing a nice simple melody, mostly going up by seconds and then some intervals of thirds. So the right hand is doing C, D, E, C, and then the second measure is exactly the same. C, D, E, C. So those first 2 measures are just going to go like this. So measures 1 and 2 are identical there. So then as we move on to measure 3, left hand's going to do the same thing, just that C chord. Our right hand is going to play E, F, G, like this. And then in the 4th measure, same thing. So measures 1 and 2 are identical, measures 3 and 4 are identical. So here's the first 4 measures. Now, before I get into the last 4 measures, what I will say is if you find yourself struggling at all to play these first 4 measures, just focus on these ones at first. It is so important when you're learning a new piece to go slow and just take it section by section. So if you're struggling with the first measure, don't try and continue and play the whole piece. Just sit and work on the first measure as slow as you need until you can play it confidently. So you can play it as many times as you'd like. I like to play a measure 3 or 4 times in a row to prove to myself that I have it before moving on. So this is measure 1. It's also measure 2. A nice slow speed will help you learn the piece. What I always say is the slower you play the piece, the faster you'll learn it. The faster you try and play the piece, the slower you'll learn it. So always better whenever you're trying a new piece, go slow. So I'll play it through one more time, just measures 1 through 4. So that is that, and in measures 3 and 4 you do notice that the G is a half note there, so make sure we do give that G 2 beats there. It's going to last for beats 3 and 4. Good, so now as we go on to measure 5, it's just pretty much a reverse. Still the C chord in our left hand is now doing G, F, E, C, like this. Measure 6 is identical to measure 5. And then measure 7, if you notice, there's a rest in our left hand when our right hand plays, then a rest in our right hand when the left hand plays. So we do C with our right hand, G with our left hand, C with our right hand. And that's going to be the same in measure 8. So C, G, C. C, G, C. So here's measures 5, 6, 7, and 8 together. So that is the whole song. Like I said, it is a great beginner song to get you used to playing a chord in your left hand with some notes in the right hand. So here is all of it together one more time. So that is it. So you notice I may have played it faster that second time around when I was playing it all the way through, but that's because I know it well. So if you're still working on it, take it slow. Always better to be able to play the whole thing at a nice steady tempo, slowly, than to go fast and have to stop, start, stop, start. It never sounds good like that. And more importantly, your hands don't learn it properly if you do that. So take it nice and slow. It's a great piece. You're gonna get good at it if you take your time, right? And one thing to remember, right, it's 8 measures long, but measures 1 and 2 are the same, 3 and 4 are the same, 5 and 6 are the same, and 7 and 8 are the same. So you really just have to learn the first measure, the third measure, the fifth measure, and the 7th measure. If you could learn those, the other measures are just duplicates of those. All right, so thank you so much for watching. That is all for this video. As always, if you have any questions for me, drop a comment below or just email me at digitalpianoschool@gmail.com. If you want me to make a video that's specific to a question you have, I'm happy to do it. So just reach out to me. Be sure to subscribe so you can always see when I upload new videos. I upload exercises, pieces to play, tutorials, songs, all sorts of great things to help you learn how to play the piano. All right, I will see you soon.